Oh, Kevin Coleman's right behind you. Hey, Kevin Coleman.
Oh, Kevin Coleman's got it. All right.
All right, everybody
We're
smile.
here.
Just get the little bit of us and then say, this is just part of the large
Where's
crowd.
my sign? Let me get my sign.
No, I do my
Let me get my sign.
I do my best to be accurate. So, what's the occasion?
Mr.
Dave,
Taylor
Trying to
here,
talk to him, but of course he was a late show.
and he just walked
And
past
he
us.
just walked right by us. He didn't have.
He didn't
all
wanna
he says,
talk.
I have a meeting to go to, and walked right on by.
I
And
asked
two
him,
other
I said,
ladies.
can we speak to you for a couple minutes? And he said, I have a meeting, and he just kept,
Yeah,
Okay.
David Taylor's just not willing to talk to his constituents. He didn't offer to shake a hand or thank you for coming or anything. You know, he doesn't want to hear what we have to say.
Although he is here for,
The Chamber of Commerce, right? But
as far as
The
I know, this
fundraiser
is
for the Chamber of Commerce. It's not for him.
Okay.
He's a guest for the
You
with
want
the
your
chamber.
sign?
has the chamber had this kind of event before for a congressman?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Okay.
But the
Kevin,
chamber is
This is the only thing I want an answer to. We've asked on social media, we've called, we've left messages at the office. We want to know if Congressman Taylor supports the release of 1,600 convicted felons who stormed the Capitol and beat our police officers. So we
Okay.
request, once again, Congressman Taylor, a town hall.
Okay. And are you from an organized group?
No, we're just
We're just
Concerned
citizens.
Concerned
We're his.
Democratic
We're his.
citizens.
We're his constituents.
Right.
And he refuses to talk to us. You know.
But are you a part of the groups?
no, we're not a
Against
part
the-
of any. We're not part of 5051. We're none of that.
555?
No, 5051.
5051 is the nationwide organization that's been sponsoring a lot of the protests that are happening in every capital, in every state.
That happened on Saturday?
That happened on Saturday.
Okay.
We are not part of that, not part of Hands Off. We're residents from Ross County,
Ross County.
Highland County, and we just want our congressman to talk to us. We're not here to browbeat him, we're asking for answers to our questions.
Okay.
And so when this goes live, or if you put it on your,
It'll be in the story.
in the story, that's all we want. We want to be participants in our government through our representative.
we just basically word of mouth that got us here.
Okay.
We're all from different,
He co-sponsored the SAVE Act.
and nobody paid us to be here.
Yes, we were not paid by
Not paid.
anyone to be
Okay.
He co-sponsored the SAVE Act. The SAVE Act is going to make it very difficult for women. Like if they move, you know, they have
If
to
they-
re-register or change an address.
If they've been married and changed their
Right.
name.
And so it's a bias against women, really.
It's voter
And-
suppression.
And we have had no evidence of mass voter fraud. There's no reason for this. Say you have a fire or a flood or, you know, other trauma that goes on and you lose your paperwork. Well, if you don't have your paperwork, your right to vote is going to be taken away from you, you know? Look at the people with hurricanes or, you know, whatever goes on. This is unnecessary, you know? The people that work the polls are honest community members,
I'm one of them.
and we
I've worked the
support
polls.
them. You know, there's no reason to have any doubt. They sacrifice a lot. It's a lot of long hours to vote and work in those polls. I've worked in the polls.
I have too.
And, yeah,
Still do.
we do, and I trust those people. And so the SAVE Act is really a slap in all of our faces.
And it disenfranchises people who are low income because they may or may not have the funds. It's not free to go and make those changes to your paperwork. That costs money. And that costs money that some people may or may not have for that kind of thing, just so they can vote. There shouldn't be a financial opposition to people voting. Just because you don't have a birth certificate that matches the name on your driver's license. I don't have that.
Or marriage license.
Or marriage
And
license.
divorce papers.
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
What, you know, why are they wanting to get in all our business? I mean, there is no mass voter
There is
fraud.
no voter fraud.
That has been
Minuscule.
yes.
Never enough to overturn an election.
Do you plan to try to contact Taylor in the future, talk to his office?
Absolutely.
Many of us have already.
Yeah.
Many
Well,
of us
this
have.
is an invite. You can put that in your story. This is an invite for him to have a town hall here in Ross County.
And I would like to
writing
out.
it.
Go ahead, I'm
And-
sorry.
and
Okay.
The last response was voters have spoken and they have mandated what's happening and they want it, and that is not true. Nobody wants this funding for their school, libraries closed,
Hurting our
Medicare, Medicaid
veterans.
at risk, Social Security at risk. And the Doge boys are taking federal buildings. They took that Institute of Peace building as their own to sell.
Okay.
And
It
that
was-
wasn't even a federally owned building.
Started by Congress, but it was an NGO. Yeah. So
All right.
what are they doing? I just read all the Wired stuff yesterday on the Doge team members. They're pretty shady. And they
Okay.
had 10 articles over the last month.
All right. I wanted to give you equal time here, so thank you very much. This will be a part of my story sooner or later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you also mention that we are not opposed to Republicans at all?
No.
Personally, I enjoy conversations and even being represented by a Reagan Republican. It's MAGA Republicanism that is the problem. So I just wanted to get that. He understood how to handle Russia. The MAGA regime does not.
They're
We
not.
don't bend for Russia. The United States knows that Russia is our
They're not
adversary.
real Republicans.
This
So,
isn't,
anyway, I wanted
this
to add that
isn't a
little-
right or
Okay.
left issue. This is a moral issue.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you.